All right, let's see if we can get this going. All right, so are you able to see the stream, hear me, etc. at Gene? We're gonna get this going just as soon as we can confirm that it's not insane. All right, so let me just make sure you can see me, everything. Can you hear me on stream? Is voice level okay? All right, cool. All right, sick. So basically, here's the deal for the stream. I'm going to be chopping this up into different sections, and XNL is going to be piecing it back together. Yeah, so first and foremost, welcome to the DG guide for Zaya. We're going to be just going through some C1s, or a C1. We're going to get a bind floor going, and then a C6. The idea is to show you every type of floor you would need. You're only going to need to do one bind floor and just 35 of the C1s, but we're going to make it all easy and whatnot. So anyway, big picture, Dungeoneering is a complicated skill. However, we're going to make it easy. And the XP goes from very slow to extremely fast at high levels. So don't be discouraged if you did one floor and you got nowhere. I'm going to show you how you can blaze through, get chaotics fast, all that shit. So that's done with the big picture. Let me get it over to setup. Let's say, you know, you had no Ring of Kinship, which we'll talk about in a second. If you had absolutely nothing, let's go ahead and destroy this. You just type in DG or : DG. And we are going to Demonheim. You got to be at home to hit DG. Okay, here we are. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to this guy right over here, Dungeoneering Tutor. Whenever my game wants to stop lagging. And it gives me a ring. Okay, so this ring right here is how we're going to form our party. And I apologize, I'm going through this fast. We're going to be putting a graphic up on the screen. All right, for starters, we're going to show you what a C1 is. You got to do some C1s before you do the C6s for good XP. So we're going to be doing floor 1, complexity 1 with guide mode on, and that's very important. So I'm going to invite my partner here, Genetics. Let's see, Wave, hi Genetics, cool. He's joined our party, cool. There he is, he's overloading. This is generally what you do. If you want to be overloaded for a floor, you do it right before you go in. Okay, so we're done with the ring now. All we gotta do is click on climb down. We're gonna do difficulty 1 for C1s, and we're gonna say no to pre-share. Okay, so here we are, we're in our floor. Genetics, you can go ahead and start doing it. There's two types of paths. There's critical path, which means the way to the boss, and there's non-crit, or standard. Both of these are illuminated. You can see they're both like lit up and bright. That means that both of them are going to lead to the boss, and we have to go through both. So I'm just going to go this way a little bit. And we'll talk about pro tips later on in the raid. Oh, let me swap over. We'll do, LOL, I should have named these things differently. Yeah, we're on C1s. Yeah, so let's see. Are we done? Yes, we are. Okay, and now we're going to hit home teleport right here. And we're going to go back. And right through here should be the boss. And there's our boss right over there, Gluttonous Behemoth. And for this guy, all you got to do, just shoot him. Make sure he doesn't eat by basically standing between him and his food and whatnot. And as you can see, the Twisted Bow, or excuse me, where are my manners? The Hex Hunter Bow is an absolute beast here. And we are ready to go. So Gene, we can hop out. That's all we got to do for a C1. Add Genetics, go ahead and hop out. So those right there, I know we went through that fast, but C1s are kind of, no one likes them. You just got to do them. The idea is that you got to do C1s from floor 1 to floor 35 right here. And the idea is that Occult starts at 36. So we want to get through Abandon. And the reason we want to do it that way is because Occults give great amounts of XP, and Abandon and below are shit. So I'm not going to go through all that right now. Just know that you got to do the first 35 that way. And now what we're going to do is show an example of what a bind floor would be. So a bind floor, we're actually not going to finish. We're going to hit floor 60. We're going to hit 6 on complexity. I'm going to send this over to Gene. Okay, Gene join. I'm just going to toggle on and off guide mode one more time just to make sure it's on. And same shit, we're going to go 2 this time. No pre-share, we never do pre-share, and large. So for this floor, all we are doing is we are getting enough money to demonstrate what you would do if you're a beginner. For us, we don't need to do this because we already have our binds and whatnot. But see these arrows right here on the table? Those are going to sell for a good amount. We're going to come over here. We're going to sell some arrows, enough to buy 2 things. We're going to buy 10 feathers, and the rest are going to be rune essence. The idea is that we want to make cosmics, and we want to make laws. So I'm just going to go through this real quick as part of the guide. We are going to talk about gate stones real quick. So in our inventory, if there are any required skills that I would say are important, I would say that level, let's see, this is 64 magic, and level, what is it for laws? 54, whatever, rune crafting. Basically, you want to be able to make laws and cosmics because you can make 2 things. Number 1 is this personal gate stone. Everyone gets to make one of these. It's a little bit, as you can see, a little bit lighter green. And this gate stone, wherever this is in the floor, once you drop it, which don't forget to drop it. That's the big mistake. Once you drop that, you can click right here, and you can immediately teleport to it. So this is my way. If Gene had one dropped over, in here, we could just warp to it. And the other stone, which only the keyer has to start, is the group gate stone, and it's the same mechanic, only you don't have to make it. It's this spell right here, and it requires laws. So TLDR, laws and cosmics. Cosmics are for your personal gate. Laws are for the group gate stone. And now that we got, let's see, gate stones out of the way, we're going to be talking about the binds. Okay, so binds. Oh yeah, in this location, what he's talking about right here, basically he's saying Blue Crescent and Northwest gated. So when you're making gates and calling them out and such, it's always good practice just to let your team know. So he's telling me that Blue Wedge is over here. So as soon as we find one, which is over here, I'm sure, since they're both critical path, we're going to be going over there. But anyway, for this floor right here, we're just going to show how you would make binds. So, for example, I just killed some stuff. What I'm doing is I'm picking up a bunch of things. When you're done with your C1s, you're going to want some gear. So what you want to do is you want to just pick some stuff off the floor and start selling. And I know that this is a little bit odd because, oh, what am I doing? I'm selling all this stuff I could be using, right? But the idea is that, once you stack enough of these, if we did this for a little more time, we'd be able to buy, hopefully, some Promethium. Promethium's tier 10. With this, if we bought, I think the number is, it's 5 for a chest plate, and then I think 3 for legs, and then either 4, let's say 5, 4, and 3, I think. So 12 total. If we were able to buy 12 total of these Promethium, we would be able to make a Promethium 2-hander, a Promethium plate, and a Promethium legs. However, since we're not going to go that, this guide's not going to be that long, we're just going to do the same thing with Bathos ore. So we're going to buy 10 Bathos ore just to show you what it would look like. We're going to come over here to smelt them. And then we're going to make a plate body. Okay, same thing. Once you're done with your C1s, you should be around level 75, so you should be able to bind 3 things. And now we're going to make a two-hander. Oh, I almost, I ran out of money. Ores, rather. And then let's just buy another 5. And now this right here is going to be our legs. Okay, 3. And we're good. So, obviously, you know, I'm high level. I've already got everything. But this right here would be my loadout with Prometheum if we had elected to do that. So, yeah, that's kind of just making your binds. And it's just one floor you got to do just to make sure that you're geared up. And, of course, the actual part of the guide that's good. What do I do for a C6? So we're already in a C6. Gene's running around the floor and whatnot. Let me explain what we would normally be doing in this floor. Okay, so like I mentioned, this right here, as you can see along the bright path, that is your critical path. So my job as the keyer, I know Gene's been doing it, but my job is generally to be opening all these doors. Let me swap over to that, yeah. And so what I'm going to be doing right now is just going throughout the dungeon to various floors. You'll see kind of like how I do things. So yeah, first things first, get my gatestone ready for dropping. I'm not sure what's south, so I'm just going to start making my way over there. I kind of just click on things in the meantime, and I'm always interested in watching my map just to make sure that I'm on point with everything. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? All right, so green triangle. I'll just write it long form. Green triangle, we'll call it mid. And I'll put the my personal gate there. And we'll keep going this way. I'm not sure how long I've been streaming for at this point. I imagine we'll be able to cut out a certain amount. But, okay, and now we've got yellow diamond here. So I generally don't do this. I'm curious as to where Mr. Gene is. Aha, okay, so he's on that. I'm just waiting on Gene, so, okay. I guess I'll start doing some of the pro tips while I'm waiting on Gene to open his doors. Basically, there's a silver relic called Dungeon Master, which is amazing. That's pro tip number 1. Dungeon Master allows you to grab a key without actually grabbing it. So if you open a door and the key's like right there on the floor, unless there's a glitch, immediately you have it, which is really nice. The second thing is Slayer monsters. So Slayer monsters you do not have to kill if there's a Guardian door. And a Guardian door is just one that you have to kill like all the monsters before you go through it. It'll be called Guardian door. It's pretty obvious. Number 3 is DG potions. So this right here, this potion you see that kind of just spawned in my inventory, this is because I am Lovakinj. And because Lova has that like house perk, that allows you to immediately have it. So, you know, it's like 200 vote tickets right now to have a house swap token. So I wouldn't recommend that you swap to Lovakinj just for this. But if you are wondering, you know, if you're a guy that really likes DG, it's worth being in Lovakinj for. And then finally, in my opinion, this is just really nice. See how this rune essence over here is like purple? That's because I put in ground items. That's because, yeah, I made it one of my highlightable items. All right, Mr. Gene, what you doing up there, Chief? I need to go find what Gene is doing. He's he's lost, it seems. All right. Here we go. Yo, fucking genetics. Okay, on my way, Gene. Oh, nice. You didn't tell me about the levers. Yeah, here, go. So this is Lever's room. This is one of the rooms. I need him to go. Go. Boom. And we're basically, for this room right here, all we need to do is toggle on all the levers. Yeah, as you can see, the lever is pulled, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a room he could not do without me, by the way. So, as I said before, because I have the perk, boom. As soon as I enter the room, it automatically comes to me. So, let's see. Is this required for? Yes, it is. Okay, so this room right here, I'm not going to do like a room breakdown. We don't have time. But basically, you just you put the ring in this box. You repair this and that. This is just one of the puzzle rooms that you'll encounter along the way. Okay, and now, here we go. We're on our way. I think this is the critical path. Okay. I think I'm going to get to demonstrate a really important concept here. This is the Guardian door I was referring to earlier. Okay, so this is a great time to go back to that whole, let's see, where is it? Gatestones. Yeah, so for the... Oop! I should have named these things. Basically, here's the idea. This is super important, too. We'll splice this in as we need. So, Gene is over here, right? And I'm over here. With the boss. I need Gene to come to me, obviously. So the fastest way to do that would be, we're going to drop my Gatestone. I'm going to tele to the group Gatestone. Alright, I'm going to grab the group Gatestone, and then I'm going to tele back to mine. So now I've basically brought the group Gatestone to where I just was. And he is now able to come in. Good. We're going to finish it off on my favorite boss. Okay, so it just so happens this is the hardest boss in all of Dungeoneering, is this one right here. Here we go. He's the good news is that this bow right here, the Hex Hunter bow, which you need to kill a Soul Gazer for, hence the name of this account being Soul Gazer. The Hex Hunter bow is the original T-bow. It is extremely strong, and yeah, that's why it's popping 50s on him and such. I'm probably gonna die here because I don't have any food and was just speed running through it, but we shall see. It's an absolutely beautiful encounter, as you can tell. He's like grabbing shit off the wall and whatnot. Oh, let me put that back over to... Yeah. This is definitely in the C6 section. And I'm just going to start creating Gatestones, because I'm probably going to get murked here and have to come back. But yeah, we'll. I suppose we can leave this part in or not. But yeah, this is just one of the bosses that we're doing. One thing of interest, since we're just some downtime, this right here, the Shadow Silk Hood, allows me to be invisible to any kind of humanoid type monster. This Blood Necklace has a chance to proc its passive effect, which basically gives you more health, and it gives you health in a 3x3, so anything in that radius, you'll basically like drain them. It's like a blood necklace of some sort in RS3. And then let's see what else. Obviously talked about the Hex Hunter bow, and then really there's the Sagi top. We do that just so that we can enhance the power of the bow. You see. And let me, yeah. Cool. We're almost done with this boss. And yeah, I suppose this guide's kind of coming to an end. But I suppose as closing... Oh wow, he duped me at the end. That's funny. It seems the weapons are glitched as well. So generally he would drop what's called a primal two-hander. GTE, that means basically go to end. And now all we gotta do, once the boss is dead, all we gotta do is come over here to the end of the floor, and we click yes, and we're out. And generally speaking, you want to do all of the floors and whatnot. We don't have time, but each one of these doors, the more doors you open, the more XP you get. And that's it in a nutshell. We got close to 1 million XP, and we pretty much just breezed through it with 2 deaths. DG gets crazy in the upper levels. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the guide, and I think that ultimately once we get a few more players and we drum up some interest, there's going to be a lot of potential for it, and I look to see you there. Peace.